Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on our study of contemporary Western philosophers. Today, we'll take a look at Martin Heidegger, and in this video, we shall take a look at his early life, his education, and some of his works and publications. So, we see that Martin Heidegger was born in the year 1889 in a small town in Germany, and he was born in a deeply Catholic family. Now, his family had lived in that region for generations, and he always felt a strong connection to his hometown. It is said that despite being offered prestigious positions in major universities, he chose to remain close to his roots. As a child, Heidegger was active and energetic. He loved swimming and skiing, and he enjoyed ringing the bells of St. Martin's Church, from which he got his name. He once told a friend that he wanted to become either a priest or a university professor. Now, he attended primary school in his hometown before continuing his secondary education in Constance and Freiburg from 1903 to 1909. When he was 17, a priest gave him a book by the philosopher Franz Brentano on the manifold meaning of being according to Aristotle. Now, this book inspired him to pursue philosophy. And it made him deeply interested in the question, what is being? A question that would later on shape his entire career. Initially, we see that Heidegger considered becoming a priest. He studied both philosophy as well as theology and eventually earned a doctorate in philosophy, and this was in the year 1913. However, he later changed his mind about joining the priesthood. Now we see that World War I interrupted his academic career. He joined the army but was discharged within 2 months due to health issues. And he returned to Freiburg and he submitted a research paper on the theme, the doctrine of judgment in psychologism. And this was in the year 1914. And this, in a way, focused on logic and interpretation. During this period, he also developed an interest in medieval philosophy. Particularly in this case was the works of Duns Scotus, and he was highly also skilled in Greek philosophy as well as mathematics. In 1917, he was briefly recalled to the army and he worked at the meteorological station near Verdun. That same year, he also married Alfred Petri, with whom he had 2 sons in the following year. In terms of academic success, we see that after the war, Heidegger became an associate professor at the Marburg University, and this was during the time 1923 to 1928. And it is said that here he had his most productive years intellectually. In 1927, he published his famous book, Being and Time. Now, he originally had planned to write more volumes, but he later realized that the entire book would need to be rewritten to continue. Now, despite being incomplete, it became one of the most influential philosophical works of the 20th century. And in 1928, he succeeded his mentor, Edmund Husserl, as a professor at the Freiburg University. Now comes the part of his involvement with the Nazi Party as well as the later controversy that erupted. Now, when Hitler and the Nazi Party came to power in 1933, we see that Heidegger joined the party and became rector of the Freiburg University. And like many Germans at that time, he believed that Hitler could restore the country's strength. However, as the Nazis started imposing ideological control on universities, Heidegger's enthusiasm declined. And we see that he refused to fire professors who opposed the regime, and he resigned from his position after 10 months. Later, we see that the Nazi Party punished him by forcing him to dig trenches in 1944. And this was because of his lack of support. So he was made to, in a way, forced to dig trenches in 1944. Now, because of his brief involvement with the party, he also faced a lot of criticism. And the French occupation authorities banned him from teaching. But this ban was lifted in 1951, just before his retirement. Coming to his later years and death, we see that even while he was banned from teaching, Heidegger continued writing his important works, like On the Essence of Truth, which he wrote in 1943, Letter on Humanism, which he wrote in 1947. And it is said that after 1951, he resumed teaching as a honorary professor. And he continued to hold seminars till 1967. Now, despite receiving invitations to teach abroad, Heidegger preferred to stay in Germany. He lived in Freiburg and often retreated to a ski hut where he wrote many of his philosophical works. However, he did travel to France in 1955 and to Greece in 1962. Now, throughout his life, he had friendships with well-known intellectuals. And in a way, this also we see did play a very important role in his life. So he passed away on May 26, 1976, at the age of 86. He was buried in Meskirch Near the cemetery, he walked past every day as a child. Even in his later years, he remained sharp and deeply engaged in his philosophical thought. So, dear friends, this is it for a brief, short introduction on the early years, intellectual career, as well as the later years of Martin Heidegger. Next time, we'll take a look at Heidegger's philosophy of being and the world. So, till then, see you next time.